Sponsored by Degenerates Like You. What's happening, people? You're tuning into Comedy by Coincidence. I think it's episode 122.
I think it's 123.
123. It's somewhere around there, man. We're in it. That mixer's on forever. What is happening, peoples? You guys are tuning in on a special episode because your boy just dropped his first album with Forgiving Tree. What's happening?
Tell me something good.
It's Chris Davis.
Nice.
That's what's happening. It's your boy Chris Davis hanging out.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Joined by
This is Ty, the horrible co-worker, co-host who didn't listen to the album yet because he had to make money.
Hey man, you were working. That's okay. I was working last night too. It was a good album release.
It's just like I'm not gonna listen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to your like first album like under work where I have to like stop it. Like I can't actually listen to it, you know?
Totally. But that's off the clock shit right there. For sure.
Exactly.
How is Europe? Where you at right now, buddy?
Nantes, I don't know how they fucking pronounce it. It's if you say it like it's spelt, it's Nantes. Like, but then they French it up and they're like Nantes or Nantes or something, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's a little
Yeah, man.
hard to say.
But fuck
Nantes.
where I'm at. You need to. All right, so you dropped your album. Excellent. How was the show?
Show was amazing. Way more people than we expected. Technically, the venue's capacity is 80 people in that room, and we sold 100 at the door.
Nice.
So not only did we sell it out technically, we oversold it, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a good time. The other bands, The Winks and Native State, both killed. They brought some great energy and good music, and then we played the entirety of the album from start to finish, and then played an extra song that's never been recorded, played at a show. It's kind of like its debut. And
Nice.
they demanded an encore that we did in prep, so we threw in an extra one that killed. It was awesome. It was a good time.
Excellent.
So-
Excellent.
Sold a decent amount of those CDs that I printed up, but still got about half of them. And life is good, man. Killer show again. Trying to think of anything. I mean, limited mistakes. I almost lost my guitar a few times, but outside of that, nothing to really note, you know?
Wait, how'd you almost lose your guitar?
My fucking strap kept falling off of it.
Oh, gotcha.
You played it off phenomenally, I might add.
Yeah. And only your boy can play it off.
I thought I was going to have to save him a couple of times, but he didn't need no saving. It was also funny because we got some footage of the event, and we're like right up against a window, and you can see the window like completely
Fog
over
Yeah,
throughout the
it
course
got
of the
hot
set.
up there.
It was very sweaty in there.
Yeah, man. Album release. The views on the album right now have been awesome too. Thank you to anybody who's out there listening and watching this, man, because it means the world to us, man. Having a bunch of like half the songs hit over 100 views on day one was really cool. So,
Excellent.
shout out. Thank
Well,
you
and
guys.
it seems like the songs that are hitting the best are the ones that we were most proud of, which is really exciting to see that we weren't like, oh yeah, that one's gonna do numbers, and then it just like falls on its face. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
So it's been a fun little album release. I'm celebrating on the podcast with you. What time is it over there? I'm curious because our time differential is always fucked, right? So
Yeah, it is 7:21 and it is noon 21 where you are at. So it's a 7-hour difference.
okay, I thought it'd be like you're looking like it's midnight hour over there, buddy. Just a little bit. But you just got off work. You're done. We're on chill
I
time.
got off work. I took a shower. You know, I didn't have time to do my hair, and it's a mess, and I don't know. I'm sorry. You caught me without my makeup.
It's okay. I love you however
I'm just
you come.
I'm over here in au natural.
I know. Hey, I'll take you however you come, brother. So
I do want to augment my previous statement real quick. The only one that I'm like really about the numbers on is Cigarette Sunglasses.
yeah, a lot of the ones that got released already are doing great on the numbers, and I'm like,
122 views.
what? Yeah, what's up with that? So, and that one historically has never done well.
Guess what Last of a Dying Breed's up to?
What's it at,
192.
bro? And every time we check in, the numbers are going up. That's pretty crazy, bro. So that's really
That's
fun.
awesome, man. Means people dig it. You know, you're starting the grassroots. You know, starting to get the roots going. Soon you'll blossom into a tree.
A beautiful butterfly.
A beautiful forgiving tree. Anyways,
A beautiful tree. So yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's great to hear, man. I wish I was there. I wish I was not here in France because I don't know how I'm gonna leave France.
What do you mean you don't know how you're gonna leave France? What
Do
happened?
you? All right. So
Fill us in.
what's going on? The farmers are protesting here in France.
Oh.
Yeah, the farmers. So, like, there's some new law that's gonna cause them to lose a bunch of money or make their job way more. So they're like just blocking roads left and right, just leaving hay bales everywhere.
Oh my god.
If you're a government building or a bank, they will roll up with a tractor and spray manure on it.
Holy moly.
We talked about this a couple episodes ago, but they stepped up their A game and went nationwide.
oh,
So
shitty.
I know, right?
I feel like the French have been like in a constant state of protest since like 2020 or 2021. I love that for them, honestly. I hate that for you, but good for them. Be angsty.
This is one of those moments where Chris fucking tuned out for just a second. So run it by me one more time. Why are you stuck in France?
I might be because they are blocking all the roads and stuff. And then so I'm taking a train out of here on February 2nd. You know, I'm going to sunnier skies. I'm gonna go to Madrid, Spain,
Ooh,
right? But
right.
I have to take the train from where I'm at to Paris, where all these protests are at, and then I have to transfer in Paris to get the train to Barcelona, and then another train to Madrid. So it's like Paris might fuck me so hard.
Paris, you better not fuck me. Don't fuck me, Paris.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. I could think of worse places to be stuck, though. I guess Although,
Bro, all right.
bro.
I would. Yeah, there are worse places to get stuck, but I have never smelt a smellier human being than anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Puerto Rico, like some true slums. Rio de Janeiro. Like I've been a lot of places, and the smelliest person I've ever smelt was in Paris. Like I can't. No.
I actually
Oh,
work
no.
with someone
Oh,
who'd
no.
agree with you.
No. When you smell like a 3-day-old dead rat, no.
No, sir.
We're good.
Ty was like, I'm gonna go spritz some cologne, just I know that's not your thing, but you're just like out of spite. Jesus.
I feel I need it for the both of us.
Have some common decency, Jesus Christ. Well, damn, dude. I'm trying to think of the smelliest person I've ever met. It just
I
harkens
had an
me.
unfortunate encounter at the IHOP once, but
Oh.
yeah, it was like a 110-degree day,
Oh.
and I'm pretty sure she was partaking in the town's finest delicacy, battery acid. Anyway, she wandered in and she asked for a cup of water, and I was in the lobby, and not to be that person, but like I've got a pretty strong stomach. I'm a kind of gross person. So when I tell you my eyes were like watering in this encounter, it was bad. But the worst was she used the bathroom before she left, and the smell didn't dissipate for about 4 hours. We continually sprayed it with air freshener. It
Oy.
was tough. It was tough.
Let me see. I gotta be real. The only person I can think of, like, as far as smelliest person, is me. And that's specifically, I did this in Boy Scouts. You have your regular summer camp and shit. But then, if you're an older scout and you're trying to get some extra stuff on the resume, you can sign up for what they called NYLT, which is National Youth Leadership Training. Oh, we lost Ty.
No, you didn't.
I did. I fucking
Got
did.
him.
I fucking did, dude. And did you ever do that shit?
Fuck no.
Fuck
Hell no. Fuck no.
I will say, I mean, I was all about camping, at the time too. So it was like an extra week-long camp out. Sure, that sounds tight. But here's the deal: they stick you with you can sign up from your troop, but like you don't go with your troop. You get put in like a troop of all strangers. And your patrol and shit is all people you don't know from all over the place. And that's part of the thing. You got to learn to get along with everybody. Which I didn't. But no, part of that not getting along with everybody was, at Boy Scout camp, you don't want to go take a shower in the outdoor showers with everybody, man. Fuck that shit. So you just take the week off,
Nah, dude, you do the lake bath.
Right, lake bath. Big time. That's me.
Yeah.
Me too. But also, I remember the pants I had a pair of green Boy Scout like shorts that were like canvas green,
My favorite kind. Yeah.
I remember just sweating and smelling and sweating so much that forever they changed, like from just like sitting how I am with my arms on my knees like this. Those shorts were forever changed to be black on the front. I still have those shorts.
Yeah.
They're still black on the front, if that gives you any indication. Like
A
worn
nice
and
cast
washed
iron
and-
patina.
Yeah,
I love
right.
it.
Let's see. Hey guys, if you haven't streamed it already, go check out Odd Future by Forgiving Tree on all streaming platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, man. But we especially want you to go follow us on YouTube and Spotify. So, fuck Spotify, actually. Apple Music, all the way, whatever. Fuck the Spotify overlords. By the way, just a reminder, this podcast is no longer getting posted to the Spotify. And the only best place to listen to it is YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to Comedy by Coincidence on here, baby.
You can still listen to Odd Future on Spotify though if you want to.
Yeah, it's up there.
You want to know why I never did the National Youth Leadership Training?
Why?
There's several different reasons, starting with it seemed like Hitler's Youth, just throwing it out there.
A little bit. A
Similar
little
influence.
bit. Sure.
A little bit. But also I worked the summer camp, so I got 2 months of the camp already under my belt by the time that rolled around in our council, because it was they were always the last campers in camp. So they were the ones who, like, part of their exercises was to take down all the tents, to close up the bathrooms. Like, they closed down the camp as part of their training.
Yes,
And
I remember
wanted
that.
Nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing to do with it. I set up those tents. I'm not getting paid enough to take them down. Fuck that. I'm an up guy, not a down guy. I had to gut back then. It was just like unwinterizing things was miserable. Do you think I want to be in the showers winterizing them where the pipes got to be all empty and everything? No. The amount of boys that went through that shower would make any mom shudder if she has to ever clean that drain. Like, no.
Yeah, you know what? That makes total sense, because it was always like the last month of summer, and yeah, we always had to put shit up. So it's just a marketing campaign for. And the other thing was our exercises too were like, okay, make a fucking police line and pick up all the trash from here to the next mile. You know what I mean? Like cleaning up the whole place kind of thing.
So you're telling me they did the equal
yeah.
but opposite of calling you a pussy?
Yeah, pretty much. Also, okay, here's my one funny thing about this is because you're not going with anybody you know, little like 11-year-old me found something very intriguing about that. The whole you're not going with anybody who knows you, I can be whoever I want. Okay. So I signed up. I was the one who signed up, Ty. And I signed up as Clyde Davis. No, straight up. This isn't even a joke. This isn't even a bit. This is real talk now. I signed up as Clyde Davis. I changed my name to Clyde.
I've seen proof.
I still have the hat for proof, but it really I don't know. I thought it'd be cool to not be Chris for a week. I don't know what's up with what was going through little 11-year-old Chris's head, but clearly there was something wrong going on. And Clyde would not remember that his name was Clyde. That's the thing. So that's part of the why my patrol fucking hated me, because they always be like, Clyde's being a piece of shit. I'd be like, yeah, fuck that guy.
So did you ever did you have half the camp confused about who you were because you forget that you were Clyde and you'd say your real name? Yeah, I'm Chris. And then the other half of the camp knows that you're Clyde.
No, it was like everybody thought I was Clyde, and then if I made just one or two friends out there, I was like, hey, here's a crazy thing about me. My name's not Clyde. My name's not really Clyde. One thing you need to know about me.
We figured what a name from the 1800s.
They were like, we know. Of course, nobody names their kid fucking Clyde these days. And I'm like, well, you don't have to put it like that. Anyways, that was Clyde's little adventure. I do remember I ate like shit. I didn't shower.
Were those the
It was a bad
cheeseburger
time.
pants too, by the way?
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
So you did this when you were 11?
Yeah. I remember my dad came and picked me up the
Interesting.
last day and was like, holy shit, you smell. And I was like, yeah, it's been a rough week. Hey, I need food. And he was like, all right, you made it. Like, what do you want? I was like, that was like the first time and one of like maybe 3 times in my life I ever had a Big Mac. So I was like, I need a burger. I need a burger so bad, Dad. And when I did, I got a Big Mac. I was like, fuck. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah, no, here's like the Boy Scouts has many things. That scam, that multi-level marketing scam that you participated in. You only hit level 1, by the way. There's more levels to this. But you got to say, out of all the organizations, they have the best shorts. Like those canvas shorts
Uh,
are the bomb, dude.
I still got them.
They're
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
amazing.
Yeah, the pockets, bro.
The
Tremendous.
legs,
Pockets
they've
for
seen better
days,
days on those.
all spacious, easily repairable.
Do you have a worst camp story?
Worst camp story. I mean, there's the time I gave myself chicken poisoning.
Getting sick at camp's the worst. That does suck.
Oh yeah. But
you truly feel like
no,
a Civil War soldier about to die because you're stuck in one of those green canvas tents. You're like in the middle of
yeah.
the woods, probably 4 hours from civilization. You're like, I'm gonna die out here, aren't I?
and you hear moaning all around you, not realizing that it's you. You know what I mean? You think you're in like the hospital area, all freaking out, and be like, "That guy has gangrene."
I had one buddy of mine get mono on a camping trip, like, and if it was like a week long, he started feeling bad on Monday and then was down for the count. They didn't pull him out of there till Friday, and we were there till Saturday, kind of thing. I was like, Jesus Christ. He was just dying in a tent by himself for a while, for 3 days. It was like,
Oh man, yeah. If you're just stuck in the tent, just leave. Like, just take the money loss and leave. Get out.
it's not even camping at
Um,
that point. It's just dying in the woods. So go on.
Exactly.
Oregon trailing it.
Yeah. At that point, you're a reenactment actor, and you should get paid
You
for
should
your
be in a
services.
Civil War hospital
Um,
reenactment kind of thing. Come on. Anyways.
No, I gotta say, my worst camping experience. We floated down the Current River, and it was an overnight camp. So we were doing
Beautiful.
like the double thing, camp out on the river for one night, right?
Sure.
Except the chosen weekend, it rained. It rained hard, right? I only had a hammock, so I didn't. I set up the hammock before the rain, but then I didn't sleep in that bitch. You know what I mean? I crawled into my friend's tent because supposedly he had some weed, right? And
Proud of you.
we were gonna smoke, and it was gonna be great. We were gonna have a great old time, but then the weed got wet, and then we just sat there and shivered because it was like middle of summer. Like we shouldn't. I didn't bring a blanket, didn't bring a sleeping bag,
Right.
a pillow. I brought
Just
nothing.
got your t-shirts
I
and
brought a tarp.
shorts. Yeah.
Yeah. And no, that was cold. That was like that rain came straight from Antarctica. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
revenge rain is what it was. That was cold. It was miserable. The lighter was wet. Like you couldn't smoke anything. Ah, dude. That was a bummer and a miserable time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trust me. I'm with you. I've been on those wet and rainy campouts where like there's no way you keep anything dry. You know what I mean? Much less your weed.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, I wasn't really that much of a. Honestly, man, I was a good kid growing up. While I was still in, I guess towards the end when I was like getting my Eagle Scout and shit. That's when I started falling off the wagon, but. I wasn't really going to campouts at that point, you know. When I was like a camp out, going to summer camp, kind of, I'm a pretty good kid. The only thing I'd do was I'd play with knives. I liked, I was a pyromaniac, so I'd be starting fires, and actually I think I got in trouble for, you know how they tell you can't bring fireworks to your campouts? Like
Yes.
summer camp? Okay, well, I'm part of the reason they put that on the list, but.
I thought you had like a rivalry one year with like someone that you were on again, off again that we went to school with. Like something about someone's beds having gotten moved or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was my friend, but we'd fuck with each other, you know, as you do.
Yeah.
I remember he was a heavy sleeper. I remember me and another homie like literally we had a campsite right by the lake. And we picked his cot up while he was still sleeping, and we were so careful with it and got it all the way out to the lake and got him in it.
Classic.
Yeah, classic. Trying to think of my worst camp story here. Dr. Evil, do you have a worst camp story?
I mean, No, I'm trying to think like what worst camp stories come to mind, but all that I keep thinking of is that like camping trip we went on in college where we had like the proper lard fries, and I'm like, but that was so good.
That was with Ty, by the way.
I
that
know.
was with him.
I know. You all know. You're all privy. That was the best.
That was a good little camping
That was a great
trip.
one, except for that there was like a wildcat, like maybe in the vicinity. That was a little alarming, but you know,
Not as bad as the coyotes in
that was
Arizona.
very alarming.
That was alarming.
Yeah.
I felt like the ancient Hopi spirits were gonna come and, send. Anyways, it was
I'm trying to think.
camping in the desert's a little fucking
Like
weird.
most
bro.
of my bad camping trips were as a result of my extended family.
Shout out to them.
I
They're
just-
awesome.
Love them dearly, but they don't do well together for more than 3 hours.
All of them can attest to it. They're not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be mad at you. They're like, oh yeah,
No.
I get it. Oh, 4 hours, I'm out.
It was starting to get really tense this year at Christmas because we'd gotten to 3 hours and 5 minutes and no one knew what to do with themselves.
All looking at each.
They all started looking like trapped animals. We went from giggling and having fun to like gnawing our arms off.
Yeah.
Like it was wild.
Good time. Worst camp story
Camping.
would be I went on this. I think they called it. I don't know what the fuck they called it, but it was like a winter camp out, and we were supposed to camp outside. A Klondike camp out.
Ah, yeah, I've done those. Yeah.
And it was like I'd say in the 30s, but not cold enough to make it snow. But it rained as soon as we got there. And I'd say we got there like 9 p.m. on a Friday, in the rain, set up in the rain. All of our shit got wet, and it turned from just rain into like a lightning storm into just like a deluge, bro. And there was no keeping it out. I remember trying to sleep in like one of those thermal sleeping bags with 2
Yeah.
inches of water in the tent. It had like it being 36 degrees, and me and my boys just being like, "This is dumb. This is so dumb. What are
Oh,
we
yeah.
doing here?" And then the whole thing got canceled at 9 a.m. on Saturday, so we just shouldn't have even gone. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah.
anyways,
That's how half of those are. It's like I went to all right, so I don't know how your Klondikes work, but how ours worked is that the next day you would push around this stupid ass sled.
yeah, you build it
And you would go do like activities and stuff with it, right?
right.
Right? And then they would give you like some painted rock at the end of it. At the end of each activity, graded on how well you do, and then you use those at an auction later that night. Right?
I wish that
The
sounds tight.
highest. You guys didn't have the auction, or you just always bailed?
No, I painted rocks in auctions. This sounds tight. Carry on. Let's hear it. I want to.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know what I missed.
The highest the highest priced item for 4 years running was a box of Twinkies. All right, that's how miserable these things were. That everybody just wanted a box of Twinkies, as some sort of pleasure because we're all going back to sleep in our tent again that night. It was like, and they were giving out good stuff like lanterns, frying pans, like cast iron, good stuff. And a box of Twinkies would just wreck them all.
Yeah. What you do for a fucking box of Twinkies though on one of those campouts? I'd do some heinous shit, I'm sure. So
I imagine being a political prisoner would be up there. Like for me to desire a box of Twinkie, I would have to go to like jail for no reason for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Like I don't like Twinkies.
I know Boy Scouts ruined them for you. It's the thing.
No, I've never liked Twinkies. It's
Oh, that
dude.
surprises.
Oh yeah. If this stance is anti-American, call me communist. All right. I do not like Twinkies. They're a flavorless cake with a flavorless cream that has no substance to, like you
I
bite
gotcha.
into it and there's nothing to bite. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you're the alien guy from the movie Alien, and you're just biting air. It's
Fair enough. Fair enough. I thought you were a Little Debbie guy, though.
I am a Little Debbie guy, and Hostess, which is Twinkie, can go fuck itself.
Right on. Right on. Okay, this is all making sense. Did we have any comedy news this week? I feel like we did, but I have no idea. Oh, a couple things. To start, we saw Matt McCusker of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast here at Helium, where you performed.
Fantastic.
And that was fantastic because Lemaire Lee, their producer, or one of them, opened for him, which was a lot of fun, too. We had no idea.
It was a silly, fun time. I loved it.
It was a silly, fun time. We had a blast. Thoroughly recommend if anybody can go see him. But we couldn't see Shane because that shit. He did come to St. Louis like the weekend before, and his tickets were astronomical on the pricing. You know,
And he came on like the worst day we've had so far on the season.
I know. There were no tickets less than like $150, and we were like, we're not going. That's not for me.
It's
the podcast is for me. That's not for me. But then
so
if he's popping like that, and he played to give you some backstory, he played at the Factory here, which is like I'd say a mid-size venue. You've been to
Not
the pageant.
quite as big as an amphitheater, but definitely bigger than a mid to large size club.
I feel like it's bigger than the pageant.
Yeah,
right?
I'd agree.
And you've been to the pageant before. That's where I picked you up when I lost my fucking phone. Yeah.
Pretty sizable spot.
But I would bet that it holds 5,000 to 10,000 people. No, 5,000 people. You think?
I'd say 2,000.
2,000
tops. Yeah. But carrying on. Matt McCusker tickets were $27. And anyways, obviously we went to see that, right? But the price differential was a little weird to me. So, thought you'd find that interesting.
It's I do find it interesting, but it's one of those like I do not Matt. I've seen some of his clips, and he's a funny guy, but no offense to him, just the reality of how it all worked out. He's kind of riding on the coattails of Shane. You know what I mean? Like he would. How do I answer?
I don't know.
Where would he be right now without Matt and Shane?
I will say if he hadn't met Matt Shane, he probably would be quite a degenerate. So I will say that. But I do think he's stupid funny, dude. Like when I do listen to Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, he's the one who says the shit that I'm like, why? Kind of like Theo. You're like, who the fuck thinks that? Who the fuck could say that? I get that. Shane's fucking tremendously funny. Don't get me wrong, but he's good at pointing out the funny in everything, and that's fucking what makes a real big comedian, So
yeah, okay. Well, like if you had to describe his comedy, Matt's comedy, how would you describe it? Like try and sell our audience members to Matt.
Okay, definitely comedy based off of his life experience.
He's like one part California beach vibe and one part complete dad vibe.
And then another part degenerate, because like
I kind of fold that into California, like
beach dude,
degenerate, yeah. But at any rate,
to describe his comedy is like again taking those aspects of his life, specifically being a dad, being in an interracial relationship as a parent, and having interracial kids and shit. Talking about his vendetta with credit card companies, which just blows my mind too. By the way, I don't know why. Especially maybe it's
How
because
so?
I'm fucking broke and like afraid to use credit cards anyways too, and I should never use them like Matt McCusker. Do not do that. But fucking, just to hear somebody not give a shit at all about it, I was like, that's fucking wild, doggy.
I mean, I've thought about it a lot. I want to, but I can't.
No, I can't either. Shit, I'm in a, as much stuff as we do off the books, so we don't need the IRS to come heading up, Mr. Chris Hippie Davis. That'd be a travesty.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it then.
Let's see here. Okay, other.
So I think we talked about this a couple weeks back, but there's kind of like an update on this.
Okay.
So George Carlin's estate has decided to sue over that AI
special.
Yep. So just an addendum to that. I think they condemned it in a previous episode. They are officially moving forward with a lawsuit, it sounds like.
Right on. And rightfully so. You shouldn't be using something.
Now, if you could just restate that with the American anthem behind it, that would be fantastic. I'm pro people, not pro AI.
I actually believe you can do this. Here, you got this, Dr.
Right.
Evil. I will say to go off of that for just a second, Legion of Skanks created like a 5-minute AI set of each one of the members. Like, they asked AI to make 5 minutes of Lewis, 5 minutes of Jay, 5 minutes of Dave, 5 minutes, and with the guests, I think they did 5 minutes of Soder and Tim Butterly too. And the AI, like, they fed it like 10,000 hours of Skanks and material shit. Bro, it was kind of alarmingly accurate on their tone and stuff. Like, I encourage you to check it out because I think they uploaded it as a clip. But another just little slight bit of comedy news that's related is Legion of Skanks channel got banned. It got its third strike and got removed. So all of the former Legion of Skanks podcast channel, every clip, every episode gone. And then to find it again, I had to do some shit. But I think it's under Legion Podcast Channel now. So, anyways.
Wait. What took them so long? They tried so hard.
It doesn't take much. If you listen to any of these episodes, it wouldn't take much to see it that they're violating community standards, and that's okay. I'm here for it. Actually, I enjoy.
I like breaking rules.
Back over here to Dr. Evil because she's done all this back work.
I'm committing
How
to
are
the
you
bit
feeling?
here.
What's up with this George Carlin special?
All right, so according to AP News, George Carlin's estate is actually suing over the AI-generated comedy special that was put out on his behalf. So, in a previous episode, his daughter had called it a, quote, poorly executed facsimile cobbleated together by unscrupulous individuals to capitalize on the extraordinary goodwill of her father established with his adoring fan base. And as of this article, they're formally moving forward with suing.
Damn, our mixer's fucking up, doggy.
I don't like that rendition. I had to go into it blind. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're good. You're really doing the work over there, Dr. Evil. Thank you.
Trying my best.
Doing the Lord's work,
Doing the Lord's
doggy.
work. God bless it.
Beautiful. I love it. Like,
What the dog doing?
somebody getting sued announcement should always be announced with the American anthem. Like, it's just the most beautiful thing I could think of.
Noted. I'll bookmark a
It's
good
great.
rendition.
It's fantastic.
It's great. This is the best.
Alrighty.
Comedy news?
So my piece of news this week is good old Pauly Shore, son, and I think he's still the current owner of the Los Angeles Comedy Store. Is apparently he may allegedly have attacked a patron with with club security at the store. So he's getting sued for something he has not been charged with. So, we'll see what's going on with that.
He
when
attacked a
details come out
patron?
more.
He attacked the patron?
Could you? What happened is hold on, I had the article up and
Here, I'm
I
seeing one from
thought I
People
covered
Magazine
that
that's
bit, but I
corroborating
did
it.
not.
But I got you if you would like me to go for it.
Let's go over to Dr. Evil for a moment.
All right. So,
Okay.
according to the legal documents, the people are alleging that a member of the club security staff, quote, violently grabbed and attacked one of them and dragged the man. They also allege that Shore, whose family owns and operates the venue, was aware that members of the club's security staff planned the assault and that he, quote, agreed and encouraged, unquote, the employees in the incident. So that is what his piece in the matter is. So I don't think it sounds exactly like he directly assaulted them, but that the person operating the club was given Paulie's blessing to do whatever he did.
Okay.
So basically, the club security was doing their job. The crowd laughed and cheered, and the comedian on stage made fun of him. And then
Hey.
Pauly Shore's name was just used because he owns the club.
Yeah. Let's just say this. Hey, if you heckle, you might get kicked out. Okay, if you're a rude jackass, you're gonna get kicked out. And that's kind of in the club's promotional stuff. I'm sure their fucking lawyers fucking put that in the small fine print when you're buying a ticket, you know?
In most clubs, it's printed on the fucking wall before
Right.
you even get to the showroom. You know what I mean? Like, no cell phones, no anything.
Guests will be asked
like
to
it-
leave, you know? So
I just want to know what anemic comic / door guy / security did they get to haul them out of there? You know what I mean? Like, who's doing the security? Is it like a bouncer guy? To where it's just like a simple giant hug out the door you go, or is it like
did
two
we get Andre the
scrawny
Giant as the
kids?
bouncer and all of us and break your back, throwing you at the wall kind of thing? What happened here, you know?
Exactly. I need photos of everybody's physiques. I need to know like what's too far, like were there stools in the way or something, was a beer bottle happen to be smashed? Was there a little shanky shank action going on?
Right. Shanks. Oh, fuck.
Hold on. I'm seeing something else, too.
Okay.
This is coming from USA Today. Comedian Mark Normand, escorted off stage at comedy club, denies prior knowledge of, quote, surprise from this past Friday.
What?
So according to the article, he was escorted off stage during a show in New York on Wednesday in a strange incident that he now says was a planned, quote, surprise that he was not involved in. There was an unified man rushing the stage. The video showed that Norman was subsequently escorted out of the room before a man who comes to the microphone and identifies himself as, quote, one of the producers of the show, unquote, tells the audience members to slowly exit the building. In a statement provided to USA Today, Norman said, quote, no one was harmed or injured, unquote, during his performance, and that, quote, the disruption was part of a planned surprise activity by show producers, Hi, quote. But Mark Normand said that he had no prior knowledge that it was going to happen. So they're still trying to put together the details. He apologized to his fans. I guess the club said that it was part of that show production that we had talked about. They also said anyone can return for an actual show for free in the future if you attended that show.
That's bizarre.
Very, very bizarre.
It was like the production staff ran a, what is that called at work? An intruder?
Yeah.
Like an intruder drill during a Mark Normand show?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's bizarre.
It sounds like somebody just dressed up in all black and walked in the back door. You know what I mean? It's like the guys who go to the rave wearing a high vis vest and carrying a ladder and get in for free. I'm sure that's what just happened there. They're just lying to cover it up. Somebody just walked in the back door.
It was a Mark Norman show in New York. I bet a single person of color walked in and
Rushed the stage.
no, walked in trying to get
No.
a
It
seat.
says he rushed on the stage in
Okay.
the article. So,
Okay, fuck.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
poor taste joke there, guys. Sorry for this. Poor taste. Chris over here. Chrissy poor taste. But
I
still,
said dressed in black. I'm just making sure I enunciated this second part. It said dressed in black.
sorry, yeah. I mean, Johnny Cash didn't rush the stage, but I've said a lot this podcast. I apologize.
He's in a red jacket.
I
Seems
have-
like a fairly short happening, honestly, but still very weird.
Bizarre.
Very weird. Very weird.
That is the kind of thing that would totally throw Mark Normand off, though, for a little bit.
Oh, dude, it would mess up his timing for 5 minutes. He's gonna bomb for 5 minutes. That's what happened there.
Or
That happened, and then he bombed for 5 minutes.
especially if they didn't let him know it was happening, or, well, again, if this guy did rush the stage, nobody knows that, right? But like, this is the kind of thing comedians have been worried about and like dreading, and a little bit. It's always in the back of their minds since the Chris Rock shit. You know,
Yeah.
people having an open, feeling like they have an open platform to, you know, come up and
Which is
attack
why-
the fucking comedian.
Well, this guy literally just
which
like
is why I want to propose our new business venture together, which is Mike Stand Swords. Right, we're gonna market them to comedy clubs. All the comedian has to do is, you know, just hit a button that's on the mic stand. It pops off, and now they got a fucking javelin lance that they can just poke at people's shoulders and stuff to get them to stay back. You know what I mean? Like a little self defense. It makes comics feel a little bit more comfortable, especially the wimpy ones.
Totally.
You know, the ones that like to complain a lot.
Okay, this is just
you
the
know what I mean?
nerd in me coming out, but Batleth. Klingon Batleth mics, dude. That'd be mic stands. That'd be pretty
Fuck yeah.
tight.
no.
Yeah, bro.
I'm all
No,
in.
somebody's clumsy
Exactly.
and
You
they
get a
trip
nice
right on
industrial
that.
looking club. They're gonna need that.
If they trip and fall onto the mic
Oh,
stand,
you're
that is
right.
a lawsuit, buddy. Cannot have a batless mic stand. I'm
No
sorry.
batless mic
Not in the
stands,
Not in the
damn.
budget.
That- and it's in the budget. Well, we set the budget.
I give myself a solid gold telephone. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's weird. The guy just runs up there, looks really tense for about 2 seconds. Security's like, come on. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he steps off.
And then they kick everybody out.
Yeah, essentially.
What a bad time.
What a bad time.
Sounds lame.
Also, what an underwhelming video.
You want to know it's a real bad time
What?
in the comedy news realm and stuff? Is Scissor Bros.
Yeah.
One of my favorite comedy podcasts just ended. Like they called it kaputs. So shout out to Jeremiah Watkins and Stevie Weeby. I hope them nothing but the best.
And
but
I think
damn.
Jeremiah started like Trailer
Trash.
Tuesdays or something.
Yeah, something like that.
With Tammy.
I can't remember what's her full name.
Let me see.
Trailer, because I know she goes by Trailer Trash Tammy, right?
Yeah.
But I can't remember the.
And
Anyways.
then- yeah.
But we actually met Scissor Brothers, like shook hands with them. That was pretty cool back in the day. And rip Scissor Bros. That was a good podcast and a lot of fun. You want to hear one of the things that took them out? That I'm
Yeah.
related to, like I was there, was apparently 10 months ago, they were approached with a lawsuit from
Interesting.
the St. Louis show they did that we were at. They did a tug of war with members of the audience, like had them come up and do both sides, and a guy broke his finger, like doing the tug of war. The rope got wrapped around it and broke it or whatever. I think we might have even talked about it on this podcast. Straight the fuck up.
Interesting.
He was all good. The club paid for his hospital expenses. And then a year and a half later, he came and hit them with a lawsuit, and I think that lawsuit really took it out of them. It sounded like they just finished dealing with all the proceedings from it right when they did the final episode. So,
Trailer Tales. I'm sorry.
Trailer
that's what
Tales.
That's what it's now listed as. So they kind of pivoted from Scissor Bros straight into Trailer Tales. Like, so that
you
there
were
was
thinking
no
we're meshing that with Trash
with
Tuesdays.
Trash Tuesdays. Yeah, I know. I realized that in post.
It's all good.
I remembered it had an extra T, but I couldn't remember what. I wanted to get that out there
Yeah.
so I didn't plug the wrong thing. Because Trailer Trash Tuesdays is actually a completely separate podcast, I just found out. So shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I'm saying. I bet it's a good one. Honestly,
He has a lot of content from what I saw, so shout out to him.
honestly, yeah, keep doing your thing,
But-
Trailer Trash Tuesdays.
Yeah, Scissor Bros became, Trailer Tales
Dude, I bet Trailer Trash Tuesdays rocks, bro. Like,
with Tammy, Crystal, and Dave Gunther.
Trailer Trash Tuesdays. I tell you what,
Yeah, right?
if there's anything happening at Trailer Trash Tuesdays, it's a good time. That's for sure.
yeah.
For damn sure.
And you know what? I want it to be like a no-namer who's running it. You know what I mean? I want real
Yeah.
Trailer Trash running my
Let's see
Tuesday.
if I can find out a thing about him. I want to know. I'm intrigued.
You want a guy who has 5 teeth. That's what you want. You know what I mean? That guarantees you the best time.
We did comedy news. Is it my week for Savage of the Week?
Yes,
I think
sir.
so.
I'm gonna shout out a few people here. Okay, Savage of the Week this week. Starting off, we got Alex Ward, my drummer, producer, extraordinaire. Killed it on this album. The mixing and mastering, phenomenal. The CDs sound great. And whenever there is a problem, my man's already on top of it. You know what I mean? Not only that, tremendous performer, tremendous drummer, tremendously skilled. And last night I watched this guy play two sets back to back with 2 different bands and didn't really miss a beat. You know what I mean? That takes a real motherfucking savage. So
He kicked ass for 2 straight hours, I tell you.
yeah. And he was ready. Dude, I told him to take 5 more because he came back and was ready to go when we were setting up. I was like, no, dude, you look like you're about to die. You need to take 5 more. Go. We're going to be a while.
Yeah, he made it. His shirt did not. Ripperoni. But all the was.
It's okay.
All the well. All the well.
Okay. That was shout out number 1. Shout out number 2, Savage of the Week. Dylan Dunnigan, lead singer and guitarist for the Winks. One of my favorite people, one of my favorite bands in St. Louis. The guy, just killer performer, man. Like, when I watch him, and he's been playing right before us. He always makes me work so fucking hard, man, because he's just he can command an audience. He's got such good stage presence. And more than that, he's just an all around just like nice dude. Like super supportive, hypes us up, and I get fucking, you know me, man. I get fucking goofy before a show. I can be hype,
Oh yeah.
but I can internally the struggle's going on, So it means a fucking lot when you got people backing you up, You're a bad mofo. And one last one, I want to shout out Native State and Vic, their guitarist. They were tremendous too. Super nice, super supportive. First show we played with them, and they dress so cool. They dress like they're a rock band from the 70s, man. That's the deal with them. And that's why, image-wise, I was like, oh, these guys are going to be perfect for us to play with. But, I'm talking, they dress the part so well. I'm like, are these guys going to be down to earth? Are they gonna be fucking, you know what I mean? Like on another level with the egos and shit. Super down to earth. Super fun to play with. Nice to talk to. Like fucking cheerleaders themselves, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I look for a little bit, you know? So
Yeah.
Great band.
Sounds like
great
an
to
amazing
play
group.
with 'em.
if you're playing with people who are kind of shitheads or don't want to talk to you, what makes you want to fucking hang out with them or invite them back, you know? So, anyways, try to do the same. But shout out to all you guys, especially Alex, Dylan, and Native State. Yo, you guys rock. You know what? I'm gonna shout Calvin out too.
Yeah. don't leave
Fucking
him out of the
fucking love
mix.
Calvin. Calvin is the basis for the Winks, and bro, that dude, we got a bond. And you know, pre-show, there's nobody better to talk to. Shout out Calvin, bro. And he lays down that bass, bro.
He really do be doing that.
So,
He needs to get his Tallman back, though. It's come up like 3 times.
that's all I got for Savage of the Week, guys. Thank you. Thank you guys for listening to Odd Future. Supporting Forgiven Tree. Keep doing it. Keep supporting Forgiven Tree. And keep listening to that album because, baby, we worked super hard on it and it slaps. So you got quite a couple bangers on there to listen to. Ty, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just letting you do
me
your
do my
thing,
thing.
you know.
He was being a respectful boy.
So yeah, lots of savages. I think we should have them do a battle royale for King Savage. That's just my man's opinion, though.
Only one.
Why do I feel like Calvin would just be like,
There
"That's
can only
okay,
be
guys,
one."
You could have it.
He would. No, really, it's fine.
No, really, it's okay.
And then Odd Future that's everywhere, right? You can
fucking everywhere,
iTunes,
man.
Spotify,
iTunes.
everywhere.
Yeah, man. Go stream that shit.
Nice.
If you're in St. Louis and you want a CD, holler at your boy. Okay, we'll hook it up. Ty, thanks for being here, man. I know today was kind of a tough day for you schedule wise, and I appreciate you making time and fucking love doing it.
Dude. It's just always got to thread the needle with the schedule. I appreciate you being flexible, bro.
And it should get a little bit easier here too. I know before the podcast you said it's going to lighten up just a little bit for you work wise, and I'm excited for that too. For you, go experience a little bit more of Europe. Get some of that cultural shit that makes you a classy individual, or not. You know.
I'm shooting for a Spanish tan. You know, I'm only there for 2 weeks.
Oh,
but
I
think
forgot
can
you're
get
going to
one in.
Spain, bro.
Fun,
You're still gonna find your spicy señorita. You know.
Dude, there's always a chance. Always a chance. They're worldwide now, by the way.
Señoritas are world.
The Latinas, yeah, worldwide. You know, so it's always a chance.
I'm knocking on wood for you, brother. I hope there's a chance. Man, love and respect, brother. I hope you have a chance. Bro. Spicy Latinas. I need you to drop into Ty's DMs, okay? But only if you're spicy and can cook. Pay attention
Okay.
to this.
And we do mean cooking spicy Latinas, not shooty shoot, stabby stab.
Man, love and respect, everybody. Until next time.